Dirt. One of the most boring blocks in the game, but with the recent updates of 1.18 and 1.19, I think dirt has become the most useful block in the entire game. Dirt used to only have a few uses, but now it has dozens and dozens of uses. Stick around to the end and I'll even show you how to convert your dirt into emeralds. Yep, that's right. You can convert dirt into emeralds now. Let's start with some basic ones. First, we all know, of course, you can use a hoe, turn it into farmland, and grow crops with it. You can also just stack it up and wait for it to turn into grass blocks. And then you have your crops or your grass. You can right-click with a shovel and turn it into path blocks. You can also turn dirt and gravel into coarse dirt. So 2 dirt, 2 gravel turns into coarse dirt. The advantage of coarse dirt is grass will not spread to it, so it will stay as dirt rather than turning into grass. You can also turn dirt or grass into podzol. Really easy. Put down 4 spruce trees. It'll grow a large spruce tree if you... Whoa, what in the world happened there? I was inside the tree. But as you can see, some of the dirt and grass around it turns into podzol. Then you can use Silk Touch and pick it up and use it wherever you want it to look like there is brown diarrhea on the ground. I mean, leaves. It's supposed to be leaves on the ground, not a sewage spill. Anyway, that's also a possibility to do with it. You can also turn it into mycelium. Mycelium has the advantage of you can grow mushrooms on it under any light level. You can't put mushrooms right on dirt, but you can put it on mycelium at any light level. And mycelium spreads just like grass. So if you give it a little bit of time, the mycelium will spread. Grass will also spread, so you may have to replace it a few times. Get that mycelium to spread. It's like a war. That's just too fun to play with. But anyway, you get the idea. You can plant your brown mushrooms on it, and if you wanted to, you can bone meal it and make it into a giant mushroom. Works with the red mushrooms as well. So that is 6 very basic ways to use your dirt. Let's move on to some more advanced ways to use it. So with the Caves and Cliffs update, moss was introduced, and you can spread it very simply with bone meal. So you put all your dirt around it, put a moss block in the middle, bone meal it, and ta-da, you have moss blocks. You have azalea bushes, you have flowering azalea bushes, you have moss carpet. You even have grass, and sometimes there'll be flowers in here. But what you can do with all of this, if you don't want the moss blocks, you can actually turn these all into more bone meal. This is a way to get more bone meal than what you put into it. You can also plant the azalea or the flowering azalea. It works for both of them. Plant it on your dirt, bone meal it, and now this block, see, it's just a little bit different color than these. That's because this is rooted dirt. So an interesting thing, now you've got another block from it. An interesting thing you can do with rooted dirt, if you bone meal rooted dirt, you get roots. Now you have taken your dirt, turned it into moss, turned it into azalea, flowering azalea, moss carpet, rooted dirt, and roots. Also, you can get azalea leaves, flowering azalea leaves, and azalea wood. Oh wait, azaleas don't have their own wood. It's still just oak, but you can get oak. So you've probably also known about a lot of those for a while as well. Well, 1.19 came along and added even more things to do with your dirt. So you can take your dirt and a water bottle and turn it into the new mud blocks. These are incredibly useful. If you add wheat to these, you can get packed mud, and from packed mud you can get all the different varieties of mud bricks and its variants: mud brick stairs, mud brick slabs, and mud brick walls. So now you've turned that dirt into a whole series of very useful building blocks. With the new 1.19 mechanics added, you can also transfer this mud into clay. Very simply, put any block. It doesn't have to be a dripstone block. A block of mud on top, pointed dripstone underneath, and eventually that block will turn to clay. Once you have your clay block, you can fire that in a furnace or a blast furnace, and it will give you terracotta. Terracotta you can dye one of 16 colors. Then if you fire that again, you can get glazed terracotta. So now you've turned your dirt into glazed terracotta and colored terracotta. If you put the balls of clay rather than the entire block into the furnace, you get bricks. From the bricks, you can construct flower pots and brick blocks. A whole new set of building blocks from them as well. So as you can see, there are already a lot of different ways to use dirt blocks. But what if you want to turn these dirt blocks into emeralds? So there's a couple of ways you can turn all of your dirt into emeralds. First, you can change your dirt into moss, change the moss into bone meal, change the bone meal into white dye, and trade your white dye for emeralds with your shepherd. Next, you can take all of your azalea wood, oak wood, because we don't have azalea wood. Change your oak wood into planks, change those into sticks, and trade your sticks to a Fletcher for emeralds. And lastly, your stonemason will buy balls of clay. So you can turn your dirt into mud, turn your mud into clay, turn the clay into balls of clay, and then trade that for emeralds with your stonemason. It's amazing what dirt can do now in the most recent updates of Minecraft. If you have another use for dirt that I missed, let me know. I'm always looking for interesting things and ways to get rid of all the dirt that pile up, because let me tell you, I have so many boxes, so many chests, so many barrels full of dirt. I just don't even know what to do with it. Actually, now I do. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, if you have another use for dirt, let me know down in the comments. And we will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.